Hey guys, it's Zambria here with another video. Okay, so today's video is about soul sisters. And you might be thinking, what the heck is a soul sister? Well, I'm about to tell you. A soul sister can be anyone that you're not technically related to by blood, but you can be connected by soul, heart, whatever you want to call it. I have a few in my life, so I'll go through who in my life is my soul sister and why. Okay, first one is my real life soul sister. She's not related to me in any way, it's just that our parents are really good friends, and when they grew up, that just resorted to us being friends, and so forth and so on. So, my mom is best friends with her best friend, and then her best friend had a daughter, and my mom had me, and we grew up like sisters. This girl has known me since I was a baby. So literally, I've always been like her little sister because she never had a little sister, and I always wanted a big sister, and I never had a big sister biologically. So we agreed a very long time ago that she was kind of like my designated soul sister. We never really signified it back then. I kind of signify it now more than I did in the past. And one of the real reasons I was so infatuated with this thing of an older soul sister, um, I really looked up to a lot of older girls in my life, whether it was my mom or my cousins or anybody. And she was the first one, like I said, that was like not in my family that I kind of looked up to. And we made a deal around the time I was 8 that when I graduated high school, her and I would go traveling together. But unfortunately, she was in a very bad car accident and lost her memory when that happened, and it never came to light. Although I wish it did, it never did. Did I think it really would have kept up over the years if she never got in that car accident? And honestly, I don't know. I did change a lot in those like 10 years, and so did she. And just things didn't work out. I have talked to her about it after the fact, and she goes, "I'm sorry, I purely don't remember that." I was like, "Oh yeah, like not a big deal. Like I knew there was a chance that you wouldn't remember it. I just wanted to see. Like I wasn't sure how to like bring it up." But I finally plucked up the courage and asked her. When someone loses their memory, and you can't remember what memories they lost or what memories they kept. It's kind of hard to bring up a conversation that they might not remember. But we talk to each other on birthdays. We never even really see each other. We saw each other a lot more in the past than we do now. Of course, we have our own lives and our own families and all that. And I know she's busy with work and everything. And yeah, I just wish her the best in everything she does. I mean, she'll always be my soul sister and all that. I actually bought this bracelet like sometime either earlier this year or sometime last year. All I know is like she was so busy, so like I gave it to her mom, the bracelet that I got for her, because like I said, like I never see her, and I know her mom would have more likely a chance of seeing her than me. So I gave the bracelet to her mom, and then I remember the morning she finally got the bracelet. She texted me and was like so thankful for it, and I remember I loved the text she sent me. I was so happy with the text she sent me. So definitely we have bracelets to signify we're soul sisters, but you don't need anything to signify. I just thought it was a nice little gift because way back when I was 8, to keep the travel deal or the travel pact, she gave me a necklace. So this was kind of like my way of like repaying her and saying, even though we've been through hardships and we don't talk all that often, I'll always be your soul sister. So that's my first soul sister. My second one is actually related to me, which is my cousin. She's only 2 years older than I am, and we're just similar in so many ways, but we're also different in so many ways. Definitely we have similar looks on our face. I'm pretty sure we have the same nose and along the same mouth. That's pretty much where it ends, but in that retrospect, we look like our grandmother, and for some reason, like, I think that's why me and my cousin might be my grandfather's favorite grandchildren. he's supposed to know that. No, honestly, that could be a joke. My grandfather has gone on record of saying that to me once, but he could have just been trying to make me feel better. Not that I was sad the day he said that to me. Just like, okay. But yeah, me and my cousin have very similar facial structures in our nose and our mouth. We were always those like two like that like really like wanted to hang out. I looked up to her a lot. There was like Christmas parties sometimes. Two instances that I can remember where her friends came over and she invited me up with her and her friends. But yeah, so we don't get to see each other that much. Even when she was living in the same state I was. But she was always one of those ones was like, okay, I could definitely see her being my sister if we were just born to the same parents. She is my cousin by blood. Our fathers were brothers, so yeah. And then my third soul sister is my step-aunt, actually. My grandfather got remarried 2 years ago, or it will be 2 years ago next month. And when we met, prior to the wedding, she knew me since I was a baby. She remembers babysitting me maybe once. I don't remember it, of course, because I was a child. I was a literal infant. But we decided that, like, the step-aunt, step-niece kind of thing was just kind of weird, especially since we've known each other since, like I said, I was a literal infant. So we just decided we would be sisters instead of aunt and niece, if that makes sense. So literally, like, we won't call each other, like, not that I call any of my step-uncles or step-aunts by their, like, uncle, blah, 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 but, or aunt, blah, 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 but, definitely, like, it's not, like, a thing where, like, I know she's my step-aunt, but, like, we're literal, rather kind of act like sisters than that whole, like, awkward, like, niece-aunt thing, where especially she's not really even, like, well, she's really my aunt, but, like, she's in that genre of, like, step-aunt, you know, but she's more like my sister, since I said I've known her since I was a little infant. So what is a soul sister essentially? A soul sister essentially is someone that you have known for a long, long time. It's better to wait maybe like a few years before you call someone your soul sister. But don't let that stop you from calling your best friend your soul sister. If you knew you guys were like very like compatible since the start, like don't let my definition persuade you in any way. I would just wait maybe like a max of 5 years, or maybe 2 or more years is when you can start essentially saying, oh, I believe this person is my soul sister. When I was younger, like maybe like 12, 13, I started calling Ashley Tisdale my soul sister. And that was essentially kind of just like a joke kind of thing, because like me and Ashley was like the same like mannerisms and all that, and that might have just been because I was obsessed with her and I watched like videos on YouTube and the stuff she was in religiously, and I was just going on based how she acted on camera, where she might have been having her own struggles in her own life. And I quickly kind of got over it once I turned like 14. Once I started high school, I was like, definitely like I'm a fan of her, but like she's like not my soul sister. And I've actually I wrote on one of the comments on YouTube that Ashley is my soul sister. That was a long, long time ago, okay? But if you think a celebrity is your soul sister, go for it. Go for it. Live your life the way you want it lived. How did I choose my soul sisters? Well, definitely, like I explained, the first one, our parents were friends, and then I kind of just grew up with them around. Second one, of course, like I said, she's my older cousin by 2 years, and like I just said, my other one, I've known since I was a literal infant, and when, even before the wedding, prior to the wedding, me and my step-aunt, decided that we'd rather be sisters. I think it's just because of our age too. I'm one of the older ones now. which is weird because I was one of the youngest before my grandmother got married. But now I'm one of the oldest, and that's just so crazy to think about that I'm no longer one of the youngest. But you never know. I could still be one of the youngest, but I know I'm no longer the youngest girl. Because on my dad's side, I was the youngest girl. Like, ever. And now, there are younger girls than me. 2, 3 tops, if I'm remembering correctly. We don't get to see my step-grandmother's side of the family very much because they live quite a bit away, but we see them sometimes. I think last time I saw her was Thanksgiving. I was supposed to do on Easter, but my dad was late on Easter, so. Anyways, soul sisters are a very special thing. Keep them in your heart. They do exist. Like I said, I got like bracelets on Amazon that kind of signify soul sisters, even though you don't need anything to signify that. Don't let that confuse you. There's no thing. The bracelet was just a special kind of thing I wanted to do. So if you guys have soul sisters, give this video a big thumbs up. Alright. Peace out. Bye, guys.